blessing us with Iman. Thank you, Allah, for blessing us with life, blessing us with Islam, blessing us with Iman. Thank you, Allah, for blessing us with Muhammad Rasulullah. Oh Allah. What did I do today? What did I do today?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, the mercy and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalat wassalam ala rasulillah. To proceed, we start by praising Allah. And we ask Allah to bestow peace and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions who followed in his righteous footsteps, and indeed all those who latterly have followed in his footsteps. To proceed, my dear brothers and sisters, today, in line with the other topics that I presented in this series, I would like to discuss a very important issue known as happiness. What is happiness? Who really understands the true concept of happiness? And what is the price of materialism? If you follow your desires and you pursue the materialist or the materialistic lifestyle, you will ultimately find that happiness will be lost. And this is the experience of mankind throughout the ages, now, thousands of years ago, and inshallah, if Allah allows us, it will still be the condition of mankind tomorrow when you and I are gone. That's unless, of course, the Day of Judgment is established before that time. And Allah knows best when the Day of Judgment will be established. So, materialism, it could be known as, it's a truism to say really that materialism, ultimately, if it's led in an unbalanced way or it's followed in an unbalanced way, it leads to a path of destruction. And the Quran clearly tells us in many places that this world is but a test. And the things which will test you more are your children, your wealth, heaped up material wealth such as gold and silver. And if you're a Muslim, that is a Islam, a person who submits himself to the one Creator, Allah, or some call him, some refer to Allah as God, some refer to him as other titles. If you submit yourself to Allah, then you will be aware that there are many dangers, hidden dangers, in following a wholly materialistic lifestyle without balance, without rhyme, without reason. From the Quran and the prophetic tradition, then, we get this feeling, and we are told that if you're a true Muslim, that ultimately following a truly and unbalanced, following materialism to the eye teeth, you will lead yourself into a path of destruction. And to put it more aptly these days, destruction comes as a result of the distraction. You are distracted from the true goal of this world. The true goal of this world is to worship Allah and to get the best of this world and, of course, an eternity in the hereafter. Regarding this, the Quran speaks voluminously regarding this. The fact of the matter is that the true life, the true destiny of the true believer, this world, hayat dunya, is merely test, merely play and amusement, whereas the hereafter is the ultimate goal of the pious, of the mu'min, of the muhsin. It's almost a truism to say that materialism leads to destruction. And we don't have to look very far to find the writing on the wall, so to speak. We see the megastars, the multi-millionaires, the football players, the pop stars, the fat cats, the owners of the multinational corporations, the megastars, the Hollywood, Bollywood, Lollywood stars, on our doorstep everywhere, in the media, the internet, the national newspapers, giving interviews here, there and everywhere, referring to their fame and fortune, their lavish lifestyles. But inside all of these stories, frequently you see the dichotomy. You see the richness and the lavishness and the happiness and the happy-go-lucky attitudes, the disco, hip-hop, the party-going animals enjoying themselves in the dunya with their jet-set lifestyles and their sun-drenched beaches and their beautiful women attached to their arm, or in the case of the woman who has attained material success, the hunks on the left and the right, drinking champagne, not concerned with the worries of the everyday human being like yourself and me, the layperson in the streets, who is more concerned with getting by, a means to an end. So brothers and sisters in Islam and humanity, let's have a closer look at some of these people, and let's really get into this dichotomy that I referred to. On the one hand, of course, you've got the lavishness and the wealth. And the wealth, we're told, actually by many people can buy you happiness. And then you start to read in deeper into the understanding of the person behind the success. If we look at, for instance, one person, Christine Onassis, the heir to the greatest, possibly the greatest fortune of the Onassis mountain of wealth, the Greek shipping tycoon. She could afford anything in the world. Money was no object. Cars, islands, ships, planes, jewels. She could buy companionship. She had people queuing up to get married to her. And yet the reality was she was depressed on a daily basis. The reality was she took her own life as her morose and depression took over, took a stranglehold on her, and thus proved that material wealth can never buy you happiness. So what is the price to pay for following a truly materialistic lifestyle? Let us look at other people. Let us look at the Mariah Careys of this world, and the Britney Spears of this world, and the Michael Jacksons of this world, and the Robbie Williams of this world. Let us look at the football players. Look at the people who have been lavished with the wealth of this dunya, the hayat ad-dunya, the life of this world. They've been given in extremes, but in every case you will find